So, in my last video, I discussed how long it took me to, from being stuck to freedom. It took me 17 days. So, in those 17 days, I shared that I did an awful lot. I resigned from my role, my HR role. I packed up and moved out of my apartment. I donated about 80% of my possessions at that location. Keep in mind, I still had a storage unit in another state. I also had a car, so I drove my car 2 hours, rented a hotel room using my hotel points. And as I was driving to the hotel, my car was full. My car was full of the 20% that I kept from my apartment. After that, I think I stayed at the hotel, I don't know, maybe 3 days. I'm not quite sure, but I was kind of unwinding from the decisions that I made. And during that time, that little brief hiatus, I decided to sell the car. So once you eliminate those things that keep you anchored, you become very liberated. Yes, you're afraid, you're scared, because now you're stepping into the unknown. I did not know where I was going to live. I did have plans to go live overseas. And, so I had some tentative plans, but nothing concrete. And oftentimes, as you very well know, when you plan things out, it doesn't mean that they're going to work out the exact way that you see fit, right? So oftentimes you have to be prepared to change or course correct, if you will. So in any event, I ended up making the decision to sell the car. I'm sitting in the car, and it was just full of stuff. And I realized, or I was reminded, that I still had a storage unit that I also needed to eliminate. So I made the decision to sell the car, and which is exactly what I did. I've been in communication with this dealership for, I don't know, maybe about a month or so. I uploaded photos to my vehicle, the mileage and the specs and just everything. And they quoted me a price which was fine with me because it paid the car off. It paid the car off, and they wrote me a check. So but before I sold the car, I got to my friend's home, and I had to eliminate everything that was in the car. So I kept 3 or 2 suitcases and a backpack. Right? So I donated everything else, because now my mind is, I am going to travel slowly, right? I need to travel light. I did not want to continue with a storage unit of items that I was not using, right? So I ended up selling the car. I gave them a big kiss, and I gave them the key fobs, right? And they handed me over a check. So there you have it. I was free from that vehicle. I was now free from the vehicle, free from the car payment, the insurance, the tag, the title. I have no job and no place, no rent, or no place to live, right? But I had a one-way ticket, right? So, having been a former flight attendant, we stayed in hotels, and to me that was just home away from home. So I think that's how I got very, very comfortable staying in hotels. It was just like a vacation to me. So in any event, after I sold the car, I remained in that location for, I don't know, 3-5 days or so. I'm kind of unwinding at this time because I had just kind of did an overhaul. So I had my one-way ticket, had the hotel booked. So now I get on a flight. I fly back to where my storage unit was. I'm in the hotel, and I'm just, you know, just unplugging from everything, right? So a couple of days after that, now I'm at the storage unit. I eliminated everything, kept just a few sentimental items and things of that nature, because now my mind is, I'm going to be traveling. I got my little 2 suitcases and a backpack, and I'm going to travel lightly, right? Well, 3 weeks in, my life is now being repositioned. I had repositioned myself. Now my goals are different. I still wanted to travel. I still wanted to travel lightly, but now I'm realizing perhaps having a home base may be great, right? But didn't know how to do that. So this lesson that I learned is sometimes you can plan your life out precisely the way you want. That's what I did for just a little bit. I planned, I thought I wanted to travel lightly. That's exactly what I wanted to do. But one thing I failed to realize is that perhaps having a home base would be great. That way, wherever I would travel to, I had a place to come back to so that I can kind of wind down and relax a little bit, right? Before I take off again. And when you don't have responsibilities, you can travel. You can do whatever your heart desire without having the responsibilities of having to do X, Y, and Z. This video is getting long. I'm going to stop. Thanks. Bye for now.